Hey, I'm gonna go over this catalog real quick for you guys. If there's anybody who's interested in becoming a machinist or working in the machine trades or in the metal shop trades as a grinder, C.N.C machinist, programmer, this is gonna kind of give you an idea of what you're going to get into if you're not aware of it. Because I'll tell you straight out honestly, I did not know what a machinist did before I took the tour at NTMA and got a really good tour of the campus and the facilities and the shop. And the person who gave me the tour, she showed me around. She showed me the break room. She explained a bunch of stuff, what I'd be studying and that kind of thing. But again, I've heard the term machinist all my life. You know, I never knew what it was. I was in the Marine Corps. I was in artillery. The Marines really don't have machinists. The Navy does. The Army has machinists. The Navy has machinists. Maybe the Air Force has them. I don't know. But the Marine Corps, you know, I was artillery, man. We're shooting machine guns, shooting artillery, blowing up stuff, going on patrols, doing martial arts, shooting rifles, throwing grenades, shooting AT-4s and 240 machine guns and all that. That's just what the Marine Corps does. We see the objective, we attack the objective, we secure the objective, and then we go on to the next objective. So anyway, back to this. Here's the most current catalog that I picked up at the campus, and I told the campus director and some of the other career staff services there, the counselors and stuff, that I was always going to pump up the school because I had a good experience there. And so here's my pumping up, keeping my word, because again, I graduated from here in May of 2015. I'm sorry, May of 2020. As you see, this is the 2020 catalog. So this is the most current catalog. It just came out. It says January 2020 to December 2020, but it recently just came out. So let me go over it real quick, and then you guys can hopefully get this as an overview. This catalog is very well laid out. It talks about welcome to NTMA, the description of the facilities, the admission requirements, the attendance policy, complaints and grievances, student services, career services, fact sheets, scholarships, financial aid, machinist program in itself, safety, and it goes over all the instructors, their background. Okay, so real quick, it gives you the history. The school started in 1968 in Southern California. They have apparently furthered the skills of nearly 75,000 men and women over their time since 1968. And then I guess in 1982, the LA NTMA training centers moved to Norwalk. And then there was one open in Ontario, California, which has since closed, by the way. And then here we go, as you move down. The accreditation for the Commission of the Career Schools and Colleges, the ACCSC, in 2001. So it was approved by as a private post-secondary education, which basically is saying that it meets the criteria as a private college to teach post-secondary education after high school. So anytime you hear the term post-secondary education, they're talking about after you graduated high school, and then you're going to be able to go to a private institution like a vocational college, a university, or a community college. So that's post-secondary training. So this school meets that criteria. I guess it was a fully accredited school as of 2001 for this ACCSC, which is an accreditation. That means they had to come down there and do audits, make sure that they met the criteria to teach what they're saying they teach. Okay, the facility is a 2-story, upstairs, downstairs, basically, 42,000 square feet. And this one is in Santa Fe Springs, which I don't see it where it's listed here. Because I know we had a school in Ontario. You can probably see it yourself. I'm getting here. The BPPE currently approves the NTMA Santa Fe Springs Training Center located as a main campus and Ontario satellite sites. which again, like I told you, the Ontario Satellite School closed. Okay, it says the NTMA centers have not had a pending petition in bankruptcy, is not operating as a debtor in possession, have not filed a petition. It means that they're in good standards, good standings. Okay, so the school is doing fine. Language of instruction will be in English. Transfer of credit. This is important for anybody who's trying to get further education for college credit, engineering, and so forth. The NTMA training centers do not consider prior experiential, that's a good word, experiential learning of coursework from other institutions transferable for credit units towards any program at that school. Students may transfer from one training center to another within the NTMA system within the same program module, provided they are at exactly the same point. Okay, here, this is about the other college credits. Notice concerning transferability of credits and credentials earned at our institutions. The transferability of credits you earn at NTMA is at the complete discretion of the institution to which you may seek to transfer. Acceptance of the transfer you earn in machinist training is also at the complete discretion of the institution to which you may not seek transfer. So, if the credits or certificate that you earn in this institution are not accepted at the institution to which you seek to transfer, you may be required to repeat some or all of your coursework at that institution. For this reason, you should make certain that your attendance at this institution will meet your educational goals. This may include contacting an institution to which you seek to transfer after attending NTMA to determine if your credits or certificate will transfer. So there's the scope of the training that we receive at NTMA trains you in geometry, trigonometry, blueprint reading, machining fundamentals, safety, grinding, conventional machinist work, and C.N.C. machine work. There are many colleges, community colleges and universities that teach the same thing. Per their curriculum, you would have to ask their school to find out if they would accept transfer credits from this school to that school if you were going to continue on to get maybe a bachelor's or whatever. So it's up to each individual school to say how many transferable credits they'll accept from this school, blah, blah, blah. And that's pretty common. So it gives you the grade breakdowns, and then it tells you the academic units of credit. So here's the whole breakdown right here. 725 classroom hours out of the whole entire 905-hour program, which includes outside assignments, which is your homework and stuff you do at home. With all that included, it is 51.5 quarter credit hours. Okay, so quarter credit hours are like a college that uses the quarter system. So here's the training modules. Module 1, here's how many hours, and that's how many quarter credit hours you've earned. So you're getting 10.75 quarter credit hours, which is college credits, based upon that, Module 1. Module 2, 181 hours of clock hours, meaning classroom time, homework time, and all that. 10.25 quarter credit hours, and it goes all the way down to Module 5. After you're done, you have 905 hours completed in the course with 51.5 quarter credit hours, which is college credit. Let's see. You get your holiday schedule here, the days that you're off, and so forth. And here's your grading. 90 to 100%, of course, is an A, 4.0, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you have the satisfactory academic progress, which is your weekly grading. They do have a drug and alcohol policy. They don't want that. They don't want you to show up drunk or high. They do have ways to get you help if you're struggling. Tardiness and leave early. You can't show up late too many times, and they really frown on you leaving early. So if you got to go somewhere, tell the instructor, and then you may get partial credit for the day. Attendance for machining. So here's the attendance policy. It's pretty straightforward. Just show up on time and be there every day, so you can get the credit that you need to get. There is makeup work, but it's case by case basis. Like if you have an injury or if there's an accident on the 605, whatever, you can make it up. It's up to the instructor. You can repeat courses if you don't meet, like in module 1, if you miss more than 3 or 4 days, you may have to repeat that course. So at least they let you stay. But you can only repeat the course, I think, once. So you have to be careful. Just try not to miss. Be there. Just be there. You want to graduate. You want to go there. You signed up for the course. Be there. There's a grievance procedure. If there's something that goes wrong, you can make an appointment and talk to the career counselors or the dean and say, hey, I didn't like this, or this guy said something to me that I didn't like, whatever, and you resolve those issues. It's a college. Again, it's a good college. So then you have services for disability, people with disabilities, which we did have people with disabilities there, and they were accommodated as best as they could and within the guidelines and the rules and laws. You have your student records that they maintain meticulously. They do a good job with that. The career services for the machinist program is, once you graduate, it is you're an alumni. It is for life. You can go get help with resume writing. You have a counselor, career services rep, who helps you prepare your resume and all that kind of stuff, so you can get job placement. There's gainful employment disclosures, meaning they'll post jobs for you. There's scholarships you can apply for. What else? Here's the basic eligibility. You have to be enrolled as a regular student in their certificate program. You have to have a high school diploma or equivalent, which is the GED. So you have to have either a GED or a high school diploma in order to enroll and satisfactorily graduate. You have to make satisfactory academic progress, meaning you can't be below a 2.0 GPA. Meet all the enrollment status requirements, which part of that is financial aid and all those other things like U.S. citizen and stuff like that. Have resolved any drug convictions. If you have any, you have to have them resolved. Hopefully you don't have that problem. You have resolved any defaults on a FSA, which is a FAFSA loan. So if you have a problem with FAFSA from another institution, hopefully you resolved it. Have a valid social security number so they can verify who you are. You must be registered with the selective service if you're between those ages, which is 18 to 25. Resolve any conflicting information as far as like they want to prove you are who you say you are, basically. There's a bunch of scholarships. Here's some of them right here, and you can apply for any of these. One's $1,000. One is like $500. They're really good scholarships. Okay, so here's more verification stuff. Your taxes, your family size, high school diploma. Make sure you bring all that information. Social security card, prove who you are. Some more grants. These are good. If you qualify for the financial aid programs, you get federal Pell Grants. What a grant is money that's from the federal government that you do not have to ever pay back. It's a gift. That's why it's grants. It's granted to you. It goes towards a bachelor's degree or any kind of college degree, which would be an associate's degree, or in this case, a private college, which the degree is a vocational degree. So it's free money towards a college education, which this school qualifies as a private college, so you get federal Pell Grants, which again is for vocational private colleges, associates, which is community colleges, and bachelor's, which is a four-year university. So those are your three criteria for Pell Grants. And this school meets that requirement as a private vocational college. Okay, tuition refund in case you cancel. It's a lot of stuff you got to read. You know, if you're interested in canceling, I don't want to talk about that because we're not going to quit. We're going to finish, right? Let's see. Here's the breakdown of the loans, because some of your money is going to be free, some of it's going to be student loans, and then if you get a loan, which most of us did, you're going to have to pay that back, and it talks about how to do that. 180 days after you graduate, you start your financial aid payments, which for me is only $91 a month, and it hasn't even started yet. It's freaking awesome. Let's see. Confidentiality, meaning they're not going to release information about you unless you say so, unless you want them to say so. The program length, I already went over that. It's 725 classroom hours plus 180 hours of additional outside work for a total of 905 hours, which is 51.5 quarter credit hours. And again, I'm going to break that down. Quarter credit hours is based upon a college system of quarters versus semester hours. Since this is in modules, training modules, each module is 6 weeks, they break it down into the quarter credit system, which is 51.5 college credits in the quarter system. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, you could call any college, any university, and ask them about what the difference is between a semester credit hours and a quarter credit hour system. They're a little different. They're similar but different, but you're still getting college credit. You're getting college units or credit hours, college quarter credit hours or college credit units. It's just how you word it. And this is a fast-paced, very, very condensed program. It's intense, so they break it down into a quarter system, which if you were to spread this whole training situation out into semester units, this whole situation would probably take about a year and a half, about 18 months or so, because of the way that the school is designed. It's quarter system, which is a little faster, but you have to be there more. So you're there 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. You get there at 7:30 in the morning if you take the morning class, and you're out of there by 12 noon. If you come in the afternoon, you start at 1:30 in the afternoon, I believe it is, or something, and then you get off at whatever time. And then there's the night class that comes in at 6 o'clock at night and get off at 10:30, I think, at night, something like that. So you have 3 different ways to do the full-time course, which is the basic machining course, which is what the school is mostly known for. They have other programs. They have advanced schooling and advanced training and inspection courses, advanced C.N.C courses. There's the Master Cam and all that kind of stuff, which is programming, and it gets more in depth into those things. You can even study more math. But this is the basic machinist course that it covers, machinist training program, the 905-hour course, which is what they're known for. This is their claim to fame. It's what most people go to this school for. After you graduate this course, then you can go to those other advanced courses, which I recommend. So we already went over program length. Safety first. They go over safety on every training module, so you'll get a lot of safety training. There's a certain maximum number of students to keep the classrooms smaller. I think whatever it says here, 30 students in the computer lab. Okay, wait. Lecture setting instruction is 30 students max. Computer labs 20 max. But per each class, one of the instructors there told me that they shortened it to 16 maximum students per new starting Module 1 class. So if you get to sign up and do this course, and you get a start date of Monday, per se, the most you're going to have in your class is you plus 15 more guys. When I started, there was 13 guys, me plus 12, and then our instructor. They keep the classroom smaller for the purpose of safety, so that everybody gets instruction and that everybody gets a lot of time with the instructor. It's a good way to do it. So 16 is the maximum amount of students per training module 1 moving forward. People are going to quit. People are going to transfer to night class. People are going to get injured. People are going to do all these things. So your class will start at whatever, 15, 16, or 13 like I did. And then when you graduate, it may be 10 or 11. Some guys had to repeat. So when we graduated, out of the original guys that I started with, I think we did pretty good. I think there was 10 or 11 of us that hung in there out of the 13 original guys. So that's pretty good. Maybe one guy went to a night class or whatever, or 2 guys I had to go to night class because I got a job. But that same group that we started with, we all graduated on time. I want to say there was 10 guys out of the 13 that graduated on time that started with me. Out of my original 13-man group, we called ourselves the Tool Junkies. 10 of us graduated on time. So that was really cool. So here's the modules. Module 1, the curriculum is Introduction to Machine Tool Technology, or Machine Technology 1. You demonstrate a level of competency in basic math, blueprint reading, shop theory. You perform addition, subtraction, multiplication. So they go over that. Shop theory, you go over some basic drilling and hand tools, and you get your hands dirty. It's good. It's saws and things like that. Module 2, you're going to go over conventional mills 1 and lathe 1. So you're going to get more hands-on with the mill and the lathe. And you go through all the blueprints of that, because the blueprints will be consistent on every module. You will learn blueprints. I guarantee you will study blueprints on every single module. So it behooves you to study your blueprint book. You get issued the textbook. So module 1 through 4, this is where it starts really getting fun when you get to the CNC stuff in module 4. I really enjoyed that. Again, blueprints all the way through. I might have to do a part 2, by the way, because my time is starting to run out here. So this is part 1, and I will title the other one part 2. So as I get ready to close off part 1, I'll just say this in closing. Number 1, thanks for watching. Number 2, if you are interested in becoming a machinist, I recommend it, and I do recommend this college. Okay, this is a really good college. I had a good time there. I learned a lot. It's fast-paced. You got to pay attention, and I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy, but it's not hard either. You just got to focus. It's not hard. You can ask for help. They'll help you with the math, the trig, the geometry. And, I say good luck to you, but stand by for part 2, because I'm going to post this one and then continue on. Thank you, guys.